word had come out this week, I saw some reports, that CM Punk has expressed an interest in working with Samoa Joe once he returns to AEW. What are your thoughts on that? We see Samoa Joe listed here for the Saturday show. What are your thoughts on a potential CM Punk, Samoa Joe, forget about match, program, especially considering the history of them, which Tony Khan owns?
Yes, well, obviously not everybody's familiar with Ring of Honor from almost 20 years ago now. But Punk and Joe were a significant part of the early years of the promotion. They had a feud over the Ring of Honor title. They have a history with each other as far as not only having great matches, but also working together and apparently having no problems. Neither one of them ever shoot promos on the other or beat each other up in the locker room. So, and Joe, again, he not only is believable in the ring, but he can talk. He can cut a promo. And when he's used seriously, I mean, I know you can find a ton of shit in the Samoa Joe canon from TNA or whatever, where he was at the mercy of shit stain or whatever and was kidnapped and thrown in the trunk of a car or whatever. But for the most part, Joe knows he's always been a professional who conducted himself in the ring and on television as a badass, an intelligent badass that could talk and wrestle and fight. And you know, when he's motivated and when he's being used, I've always seen him deliver. So yeah, not only the idea of matches between Punk and Joe, but the promos could be fantastic because people have just seen the barest bit of how good Joe is at talking, because all we've seen in AEW is, you know, brief glimpses or occasional pre-tapes or whatever. But if you had Punk and Joe in the middle of the ring on live television going back and forth, that would be an entertaining confrontation. Of course, it would be entertaining also if the network could release the name of the biggest star that's going to be on the program. So apparently, again, Tony cannot get his shit together. And is this from the fallout from the last week's, or was it the week before now, attempt by the EVPs to piss Punk off? Or is this some other new wrinkle that they've come across?
Well, again, Punk's team, I would assume, are dealing with people in AEW that didn't want Punk to come back. So it can't be an easy process to begin with.
Well, yeah, because it was front loaded with that because, well, let's face it, the legal was there when the incident took place. So if there was going to be any fair adjudication of said incident, that legal representative should have been immediately taken out of that equation and any further equation to do with any of these parties. So, yes, all of the rank and file wrestlers probably, except if they're friends with the EVPs and the legal beagles, they would like to see Punk come back because he means money and they don't have any problem with him. But all of Tony's subordinates and people that have leached up to a spot close to him, they're the ones that don't want Punk around. So they're the ones, unfortunately, that Tony has to listen to a lot and also have the power to go out and spread their stories and rumors out of Tony's watchful eye to get back to Punk to piss him off so he will do something publicly, because he doesn't talk behind people's backs. He talks right out in front of them where they can get a whiff of it. They piss him off, he does something publicly, and then, oh, see, he's got a problem. It's romper room. Tony has no control. And he's getting all this shit handed to him because people, including the networks, know that he's got $1 billion, and people like to be nice to people like that. And he's getting all this shit that no other wrestling promotion has ever been offered or given or even sniffed before. And for these whiny little bitches from Cucamonga, he's going to fuck his whole thing up.
Well, let's see what happens. Let's see how much longer the Cucamonga kids are there. But